Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly Grimdark Master today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign. This is taking place in our ongoing Rogue Trader campaign, but tonight we're returning to a Imperium Maledictum, one of Cubicle 7's currently in print 40K RPGs. 2 weeks ago, we found ourselves unable to make use of the Rogue Trader sheets that we normally use in Roll20. They have been fixed subsequently, but we're going to finish playing our Imperium Maledictum story, Witchly Offerings, before we return to the regular crew in our Rogue Trader campaign. So tonight we're playing Imperium Maledictum once again, and let me introduce you to the stars of tonight's session. I'll go with the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight? First up, we've got James.
Hi, I'm James, and I'm playing Olivia Aquari, Totem Rogue Trader of the Aquari family.
Very nice. Next up is Dave.
Hey everyone, I'm Dave. I am playing Explorator Zarkov. Yeah, he's just badass.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is Sean.
Hey, I am playing Icarus, the psyker of the Aquade family. Nice.
Now, guys, we did not expect... Oh, sorry, Dave, did you have something to say?
Yeah, it just sounds like Icarus has discovered the way to say the Aquade name.
Important. It's important for promotion time.
Yeah, absolutely. ABB is what they say among the sanctioned psychers. Always be brain burning.
There you go.
Then, guys, so last week or 2 weeks ago, we found ourselves sort of improvising a session, as it were, where we were returning to the heroes from our Lonely as the Hunter adventure and seeing how they could help out the house. What do you guys recall happening last time? I've got, I think, 1 or 2 visual aids to help with this. I've got one in particular here. What do you guys recall from last time that Octavia and her crew engaged in?
Yeah, we were planning to try and, if I remember rightly, link up with this Captain Abel and see if we could do some mutual business together. The aim was that possibly to do with the his family getting to do the run to Hephaestus Rest. And that was, we're hoping to see if we could get some other artifact that we could use in the auction. Right. Because the transport, I think what you're overall doing in the main campaign is identifying what you want to bid at the auction in order to get the meeting with the Witches of Footfall. Yeah, and we didn't particularly want to trade the things which we possessed. Yeah. So we were looking for because we wanted to use them ourselves, rather than just because they were pretty. And so by hooking up with this other Rogue Trader dynasty who had just arrived, we thought if we knew that there was an open contract that they might be interested in to do the Hephaestus Rest trade run, and we didn't have a ship to do it ourselves, so it's sort of good for them and didn't really cost us too much. Yeah. And we were going to see what would come out of that. But then we were walking on I think we were on our way to meet them or something like that, and then we got mugged. On the way back, I think you guys had met up at a, and this is shockingly, so let's head back. Dave is feeling a noticeable lack of one thing in his Friday night. Yeah, so we're going to meet
only here macro statue can cure me.
It is macro statue that you were missing. So it was surprisingly still in the atrium, still in the a part of Footfall where the Liege and all the kind of rogue houses that do keep, you know, not offices, but kind of holdings in Footfall. That's where they would locate themselves. It was somewhere in there you had met with effectively like a hostess, someone who runs kind of a lounge type place, a relaxing kind of, not a social club per se, but something like that, where folks from different houses are able to mingle in a way without, you know, without exposing themselves either dangerously or, you know, outside of the confines of proper or regular dealings or official dealings with other rogue trader houses. It was on the way back from that is where you guys were set upon. And what do you recall about that?
Just all sorts of outrageousness, of disrespect, and it was a scandalous arbites.
Yeah, an arbiter is who, with, you know, generic thug number 2 in support, seemed to set upon you guys. I know somebody. I couldn't catch what the specific reason was, because I just was kind of hopping back and forth in the session. But somebody had to blow a fate, like burn a fate, in order to avoid an effect.
I don't know why we need to talk about these things. But,
and I think I know who did.
Sean, are you getting some reoccurring trauma here? What's...
The bulging veins in Icarus's head are bulging and twitching even more so than usual.
Indeed.
Would you remember? I actually don't remember. Did like I get a big hit on him, or was it that there was a big critical failure on the?
It was a big hit, I think, with a pretty bad critical injury. I think that was the lowdown. Like if the whole thing had happened, it was going to be, you know, it was going to be really serious.
Yeah.
He was going to be kind of out of the combat, or he was going to be so trashed that so it just I think. I mean, that's what I don't remember the details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to have a second critical hit, and all the bad things that come from that.
Yeah. And they were, because these guys, they set upon they just got a couple of good rounds, and you guys had just fucking cold dice in the first couple of rounds. Things balanced out a little later, and I can't remember if it was Octavia or Icarus who gave a good zorching to the Arbiter. Because somebody has fucked him up.
I think I did. I was one, I think, with the smite.
I got him a couple of times as well, and I think maybe Jeff did as well.
Oh, okay. And then it was because we left. I did watch the end, and if you scroll up on the dice rolls, you may see the that was Zarkov's got a couple of rolls here. Yeah, it was that 99 from Lady Octavia when she was trying to shoot him in the back.
Yeah.
That unfortunately.
No. That was me. I was going to take down the baddie that was attacking Icarus and Norris.
Oh, then has the
and I was going to finish him off, so that was over and done with. And then my last pistol went click.
So the Arbiter has escaped?
Yeah, he ran away.
Okay, so let me get him. I think if I erase him.
Nothing worse than taking a beating and not getting to finish the dude off.
Seriously.
It is bullshit. Who writes this shit? Jesus. Why doesn't everyone click on their token and click on initiative once again? Because I deleted your old tokens, put in the new ones, and did not recognize that was going to remove you from the initiative order. Although they may populate back in as soon as you do that. No? Oh, great. Okay, good. I think, Lady Octavia, you have a higher dex than they did.
Yeah.
Or not dex, agility.
One lower than Norris, but above them.
Okay, so you'll be above them. Icarus, what is your agility score, and what is yours, Zarkov?
35 here.
40.
Okay. All right, so let's put...
Not trying to one up you there, Sean.
It's all right.
I didn't make this character.
I'm not trying to one up you. I just am.
Just more awesome in agility.
Yeah.
So, where we
You don't
are,
have my looks, Starkov. You don't have my looks, my friend. So,
Yes,
look at
that's
that.
exactly
the
it.
looker he is right there. The looker he is right there.
now.
This is like the two bald men arguing over a comb.
All right, so the we ended with you guys having 3 superiority because you drove the Arbiter off.
Oh.
And let's pick up from right there. So Zarkov, I'm going to assume you were running behind. Perhaps there was some kind of surveillance or something that you were doing, and it's only now that you've come across where everybody, you can hear there's sounds of gunfight. You've run up. I think, so the guys who are adjacent to the other, to Octavia and Icarus, are in the same zone and they're engaged.
In melee, or is this a pistol fight? Sounds like they're shooting at each other.
It's more them doing the shooting. They were actually using these like stun baton things until they got fed up with it and then started shooting you.
Okay.
And they had made use of choke grenades before as well,
Nice.
which was great.
I admire their use of choke grenades.
Yeah, they were using shock mauls to try and subdue seemingly everybody. And unsuccessfully, although it looks like Icarus got tagged at least once here. The others are at medium range, which means they are one zone away. The Arbiter fled to sort of like one side. Let's say, Zarkov, that you are one zone away from the guy on the bottom. What you can picture is like you're going through these ornate hallways. You know what I found? Oh, in the GM screen is a random table of Imperial Gothic descriptors. So, Dave, would you give us a percentile roll, please?
That would be fantastic, especially if it's not weather. But I'm good with that.
63. So you're making your way down the hallway that is adorned with iron effigies of hooded figures, each holding a human bone. And you start hearing this, cacophony up ahead. I'm not sure what's going through your mind when you're, following up with them. And then you race up to find this. You are one zone away from where this guy is. So, like, one zone between you and the guy who is firing around the corner at the rest of the party. They are then one zone away from him. So it'll be 2 zones for you to get into, catch up with them. I'm assuming I think you can draw a weapon for free in this game anyway, but we'll assume that if there is any weapon that you want to have out, you've got that out. And
ready.
Let's kick things off. So would you have been sneaking towards this? Would you have been rushing towards this?
I think he would have been rushing.
Okay. So let me
he's not Russian, but that's commonly him.
Russian. You do have to make the Spotchik accent for the rest of the night then.
All right.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm going to make a quick check for him for awareness. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, it's awareness in this game. Fucking 40K. Keeping on your toes.
Yeah.
What's the senses skill? It's perception. Just kidding. It's awareness. Just kidding. It's perception. Just kidding. It's awareness once again. Okay. So I think he is aware of you, which means he is going to be able to make a... he's going to be able to use a reaction if he chooses to. But let's say you come around the corner. What would you like to do?
Like to make a burst attack at him.
Using what?
My last pistol.
Okay. What is the range on your last pistol?
Medium.
Yep, you're good to go then. So, and a burst. So one thing I fucked up before, burst uses up a number of ammo equal to whatever the score of burst is. I thought you could burst a number of times equal to your ammo. I read that incorrectly.
I think that's rapid fire. We should check, but I
believe
that's rapid fire, and burst is 1. So you use 1 ammo, but you get +1 SL.
There's two things.
I've got it written down in the traits: burst +1 success.
Burst.
Yep, and rapid fire is something else where it costs you the rating and ammo.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
It hits more people.
Love it. Okay. All right. So, Zarkov, whenever you're ready, it'll be a standard? No. Routine? What's the standard difficulty? Challenging?
Challenging 0?
Challenging. I'll fuck it up tomorrow.
And we have 3 superiority dice right now?
You have 3 superiority dice, which you can choose to put in this attack, because you have to do all or nothing into this, or you can save it for something else this round.
Okay.
And remember that the modifiers are in front, not after. The dialogue box won't pop up. You change your character sheet in the top right first.
Yeah, I'm changing that right now. Yeah. And then advantage, disadvantage, that's negligible right now.
Yeah, no advantage right now.
Okay, then here we go.
Ooh.
83.
Yeah. Now, would you care to fortune that?
How does the fortune work in this game?
Reroll. Or you can add to success levels, but that's not a... Yo,
no, how many points do we get? Is it a group pool or is it an individual pool?
Hold on. That... I think, because you got 3 advantage, or 3...
Yeah, 53 to 83, and I have 3 success.
So that should be a success, not a marginal failure. Marginal failure would be if you rolled a 84. So that would be a success with 0 SL. The thing is...
+1 success from my burst.
From your... Oh, right. +1 success from your... So that'd be 1 success level. The thing is with dodge, it subtracts your success levels. It doesn't go into a contested thing, so if it brings you down to past 0, I would only need 1 in order to
need 2 success levels, yeah.
Yeah. So do you want to try re-rolling that, or you want to take it as it is?
What am I using to re-roll? Is
your same thing.
Green bar?
You're using your fortune or fate in this game.
Is that my green bar?
Your green bar, correct.
I have 2. And how often are we getting them?
Every session. Your face tells me that doesn't feel very often.
I'm trying to change it to -1, but it won't.
Oh, you know what? Because I bet you this is still. I bet you I grabbed the same damn ones where you guys don't have any permissions. So.
Okay, so I will re-roll, and.
There you go. Now you should have access to your character tokens. Let me make sure that I didn't grab. I gotta make sure I remember to do that.
There we go.
Yeah, for some reason no one has.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Roll 20. Thank you, Roll 20.
All right, so you, Zorch, and...
So 1 success level because of my burst.
Yeah. Okay, oh, hold up. All right, you guys should all have access to your tokens now. All right, so you fire down the hallway, and there's a flash where it hits one of the gothic kind of figures. It scorches holes into and this thing. He turns and sees that you are here. You could move as well. If you want to move to engage, or you could stay where you are. You can't get cover because that is an action.
Yeah, I will move. Not behind cover, but near someplace where I can get cover, so that I can take cover next round. Or
you're pretty much there already. Like you're able to move anywhere for free within the zone. So, okay, then. Oh, no, there's no penalty for moving and shooting. I don't think. I'm thinking of. I
don't think so.
Warhammer Fantasy. All right, Icarus, you're up, buddy. Oh, Icarus. That is a lot of warp charge you got there.
It really is. I don't really recall what happened. I assume we should have, and I assume we made that roll at the end of last round.
I think
my last turn.
Yeah.
Because I have to make it again. If I don't do anything about it, I have to make it again at the end of this turn. But I assume we already took care of that last turn. I'm assuming you. Let's take a look. Icarus. So. That was a fortitude test. Chainsword, psychic mastery with 9 success levels. So yeah, you're good. Yeah, cool.
Okay. So, end of the round, you'll have to make that roll, but your mind is keeping itself focused from being untethered in the warp right now, though you do recall you saw something terrifying in the warp last session.
Indeed.
It is still lurking there.
And remind me how many are in front of me? Is it one?
One, just the one that's quite badly hurt. I think you smited him last turn.
And I'm injured, so I got a decision to make here. Because I'm half down my wounds. Is Lady Octavia next to me, or who is
in the same zone but not engaged?
Gotcha.
If you need to touch her for something, you could probably do that for free. That you guys can kind of move around in the midst of the melee scrum.
I guess I'll purge. I'll do purgation.
All right. Is that I can't remember, an action, or is that just something you do?
It takes your action. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it does.
We're gonna die.
What's that, James?
We're gonna die.
No, this is a good thing. I mean, if I don't do it, that's much worse. I mean, that's if I just ignore the whole situation. Purgation is actually addressing it. The issue is I have to give up my action to do it. But
I rewatched Clue, the movie, recently because someone had made a joke about it too.
Yeah,
it's like, we're all gonna die. I meant soon. So did I.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean something strange is going to happen, but something worse would happen if I ignored it.
Yeah. Okay, so how much are you purgating? Oh, you have to purgate down to your warp threshold, don't you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything going. I think I'm at 0 anyway, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I have anything sustaining at the moment.
You had on your token that little muscle man on there?
I assume that was superiority. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I didn't add that, but that makes sense.
I think it's superiority. I think so. I think so.
Cool.
Yeah.
Then let's have you.
Because I think I probably had the. Didn't I have a perils not too long ago? Did I have a perils?
You did. That's where you saw that terrifying thing.
Right, and that brings everything off. Sustained, everything dies.
Yeah.
Sustained is. Yep.
Yeah, and then because I did hear my definitely unique joke about metabolic overdrive breaking up.
Indeed.
And certainly not a joke I will make again in, possibly this session. Would you give us so if it's a challenging discipline test, successful purgation test removes an amount of warp charge equal to your willpower bonus plus success level.
Okay. Discipline psychic. Do I have? No, I don't. Okay.
Oh my.
That's pretty good. Right? Oh, you know what? I rolled routine. That's not correct, right? How come it's routine? I don't know why it's routine.
It's showing challenging on mine. Hold on. Did I scroll?
Oh, I'm on the wrong spot. I'm on the wrong spot. You're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah, I thought are you gaslighting me? Right?
No. I'd be gaslighting in the wrong direction.
Yeah. So it is challenging.
And you didn't use your superiority.
I didn't. It's fine.
No, so that's a crit fail.
Oh wow.
So you could this isn't Zweihander. You could re-roll that with a. And there is no specified outcome for a crit fail in the skills.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
also,
I guess so.
Oh, and it has to be successful. I was going to say, it's not like contested rolls where you can just use the difference. It needs to be a successful test. So, and a failed test removes no warp charge.
Yeah.
Oof.
I
mean,
will...
Icarus is getting up there in age. If you know, You know what it feels like when you need to go, but you just can't? That's,
I'll spend a fate.
You got it. Oh, yeah, fate, not fortune.
Yeah.
Over the course of the next 2.5 hours, I'll get that square in my ma. Oh, no.
Yep.
Mind, and then I'll forget by tomorrow morning. Okay, so then, unfortunately, what do you think's going on in Icarus's mind? You just can't get him to... Is he fearful? Is he mindful of Octavia being right next to him? Is that why?
I think that I'm trying to remember how I got up this high. Oh, that was a push. I pushed it, didn't I? Because I'm pretty high right now. 13 is no bueno. I haven't done that much at 13. So I think, I think Icarus is annoyed with himself that he lost control of it. He's like, and it's been pretty south. Oh, he got the head guy one good smite, but besides that, it's been a little bit shaky on his behalf.
Yeah. Well, and I think you also, between the choking stuff and the stun effect that you got from the Arbiter's clubs, the shock balls, you guys have taken... I think, Icarus, you may have healed somebody, too. I can't remember or not, but I feel like you might have healed somebody, because I think it was more than just you. I know Noros got tagged with one of those shock mauls as well. But I thought Lady Octavia... Have you not been hit at all, Lady Octavia? Or did you get hit and got healed?
No. I've never been hit.
Okay. All right, so Icarus, anything else?
It would have to be a move, and the only thing I could do is flee, but I don't think that makes any sense, so I'm going to say no.
Okay. Next up is Lady Octavia. What are you doing?
Well, I guess I need to... What have we done on the 99?
Oh, your weapon is out of ammo or jammed.
Because it's normally that's a fumble, and it's a reliable weapon. So on a roll of 4 plus D10, it does nothing.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll that. Let's see if anything comes from it.
Four plus, please.
Somewhere,
yes.
Jeff's ears are burning on account of the hearing about your advanced and lovely weapon.
Yeah.
Still can't get his plasma gun. All right, so then your gun is not jammed. Fortunately, it was a weird bit of cycling that happened with it. What are you doing next then?
I will then shoot the guy in front of. Try again to shoot the guy in front of Icarus.
You got it.
And I will burst again.
Okay. And he has his.
See, those guns aren't all bad.
Oh.
Yeah. They're reliable. Reliable is good.
Hell yeah.
So I'm going to use my superiority.
Okay.
Oh, in fact, no, I won't. I will save that to dodge.
Okay.
And aim, and here we go.
Nice.
Yes.
So that
7
is
damage to a head.
8. Unfortunately, I did roll his dodge though.
Oh.
Yes. And his dodge is where is it? Is it athletics? No, what is it?
Reflexes, I believe.
Reflexes, thank you. Okay, so that's 4 degrees of success then.
Oh, damn.
3 degrees of success. So that would bring it down to -1. You could...
Now I've got +1 because of burst. But
yeah, so it's 3. So
it'll... 3, yeah, so it's -1, so I miss.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, no, you didn't miss. You would have got him, but he managed to sort of move himself. He sees what you tried to do before, and there's another zorching. Anything else you wish to do, Octavia?
No, I'm going to be ready to dodge the guy in front of me.
You got it. Okay. So then on his turn, that shock maul is active once again. And let's see here. That is for sure a miss. So no need to worry about using your reaction.
Should have used a superiority.
Yeah. Then on Icarus, I'm going to make a willpower check because you have fucked this guy up. And as far as he knows, you're getting ready to do some more worse and terrible psyker thing because of the look on your face. So we'll leave it to the dice as to where... I'm going to make it an easy test because he is a thug. All right, no, he's still going to try and mess you up. All right, then. He's going to try and shock maul you. That is a miss again, so you don't need to worry about your reaction. Explorator Zarkov. The one facing you is going to turn. Yeah, his revolver in your direction.
Oh. I thought he was going to turn on his friends, but...
No. You know what he's going to do, actually? Having seen you and knowing how much tech you likely have on you, that shock maul comes out with electricity going up. He's using his move to run in on you, and he's going to try and brain you with this. Now, what you can do is make this a contested melee roll, or you can try and dodge, which would be a reflexes check to subtract from it. You've got that servo arm.
Yeah, I'm not so good with that.
You're mechadendrites. Yeah, you're not... I didn't want to point fingers of what you're good and not good at, but yeah, you're not great with your mechadendrites. So what would you like to do? Would you like to dodge, or would you like to... I mean, you don't have to make a decision on dodge until you see the result, but you do have to make a decision on melee before I roll my attack.
And how do I... So it's either a contested melee or a dodge?
Correct.
Yeah, my melee sucks, so let's go with the dodge.
Okay. So let me see if I get a hit first. So I've been rolling crap. Oh, I do. That's 3 degrees of success.
Okay. Reflex, then?
Reflexes, okay. Oh, yes, yeah, we'll do that in a second, Icarus. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay. Yep.
I definitely want to see what comes from that.
Oh, it used the superiority dice. It should not have used that because I used it for my attack.
Oh, okay, so I'll be a -2 then. Do you wish to fortune that, or do you take the hit? It doesn't add to his result. The one thing with dodge is it either subtracts from it and then nothing else comes, or it just does nothing.
No, I think I'll just take the hit.
Take the hit? All right. So that is 8 points of damage. Make sure you subtract your armor. And then we're going up on the tokens. That's your red bar. And because it inflicted injury, you gain a stunned condition. Minor stunned, you can take either a move or an action, but not both. And it will last for... Let me roll... Ooh, countdown dice. Okay. That's not right. There we go. Okay. It's going to last a certain number of rounds. As long as you're minor stunned, you suffer... you can either do a action or a move, but not both. Okay. Oh, big hit on Zarkov. Then it is Zarkov's turn. We're doing Zarkov. Top of the round. No one has any Overwatch actions, so...
Should I make my
oh,
test?
Yes. Of course, yeah. Let's see what happens here.
And I will use my superiority for this. I still haven't used it, so...
Okay. You got it.
Okay.
This is Psychic Mastery, right?
Mastery. Whoa.
Oh. Is your Psychic Mastery... Hold on.
Oh, you know what? It should have been 83. No. This is right. No, this is right. 63. That's right.
Is your Psychic Mastery only 33?
Should be 63. It's 63. It shows 63, right?
Oh, that's why 0 levels of... Okay, so it's a success. Wait, why is it say marginal failure again?
It's a success. You rolled a 90 out of 93, effectively.
Oh, because what it's doing...
So you rolled a 90 against a skill of 63%.
I think it should be +0 because of the rule, shouldn't it? Because of any time you improve your minus to a -0, it's automatically considered a +0 because you've improved it Remember that rule?
Yeah. I think that sounds right.
I think we've read into this before.
Yeah, I think it's just the sheet that is not doing the math, because it's doing it correct that the roll itself was a failure, and then you apply the modifiers to the success levels. But I think you're absolutely right.
It's on page 187, bottom left.
Awesome, thank you. I was just gonna refresh my memory. Yes, you're at a marginal success. Okay.
Sweet.
Excellent. So you're... Okay. Zarkov, what are you doing? Either an action or a move, and you have now a guy in your grill.
Yeah. So can I still shoot at him?
You can use a pistol. Because it's a pistol, you can use that without penalty in engaged combat. I think it's using ranged in melee is disadvantage, maybe.
I think you're right. Unless there may be a weapon trait that prevents that, but I think you're
pistol.
right.
Pistol. I think that's what the weapon trait does.
Nice.
Or either that or close combat.
Yeah.
It's not burst, close, loud, and reliable as
close
tree.
is the one. Yeah, not pistol. I'm thinking that's a different game.
Gotcha.
That means I can use it without penalty?
Yep, you can use it at immediate range without incurring disadvantage on the attack roll. So there you go.
Then I'm going to use a burst again. And I'm going to... It's like, dude, you shouldn't have come this close.
Okay.
Fire away.
Go right ahead. Ooh, 2 success levels. He is going to dodge. Fails. So he is Zorch. That is 7 to the body. And... Oh, man. These fucking thugs. Look at that. You can see as it flashes away on his body, you can see there is more sophisticated armor underneath what was just like robes or something else that's covering them. These guys came for a fight. Icarus. Hold up. Oh, yeah, as an action, you can get rid of it. Let me count down your stunned. There we go. Icarus, what are you doing?
Icarus is, let's see, my superiority is back, right? Beginning of my turn?
Yep.
I'm gonna try to purgate again. Purgation.
Okay. He just puts one finger up to the thug.
Yeah, you just wait right there.
So challenging psychic mastery.
Yeah. Then the decision whether it makes.
Yeah. Do you use your superiority here or?
Because I saved it last time for defense, which is not crazy because I'm wounded.
Yeah.
It's going to go right this time, so I'm not going to use it because this is going to go fine.
Yep.
Here we go.
Who says there's no hope on the grim darkness? There you go. What's your willpower bonus? 5? 4?
4.
That's 10.
4.
Yep. You purgate 10 charge.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
And we need to roll on psychic phenomenon.
Oh yeah.
So you purgated 10. 1d 100 plus 100.
Oh, is it that bad? Huh?
Yep. Plus 10 for each warp charge shed.
Oh.
So 1d 100
should be
plus.
Sweet.
Yep, it's gonna be a fun one.
Get rid of a few at a time kind of process.
All right.
If you roll 126 or higher, we're rolling a second time, so keep them dice close.
There you go.
There you go. So would you roll again on Perils of the Warp? Hold on, is it the same?
That's awesome.
Let's see here. I'm just going to see if it's the same modifiers.
He's a screamer. He's like, he's like blowing off in all directions.
All good.
Okay, hold up. I'm just going to... probably on the sheet here. So we roll in the sheet exactly as if you had failed to control your warp charge.
Okay.
Which means there's an order of operations question here. Because you add plus 10 for each warp charge you are over your threshold. So the question is do you purgate after making those rolls? Does your warp charge go down after making those rolls? Or does it go down first? So, let's see here.
Yeah.
Whenever you make a successful one, roll in the check.
Well, I mean, I feel like the statement itself answers that by saying it's like as if you failed to control your accumulated warp charge. I feel like that means it's against me.
Yeah, but I think what that means, and instead of being the 100, what were you at? 11?
I was at 13 out of 8.
Okay, so it'll be plus 50 then, plus 50. Because that's how much you were over your warp threshold, right?
Oh, good call, good call.
Yeah, so it's not the plus 100, it's just that. Because
good call.
Yeah, the alternative is to read it as if, I think that there's supposed to be some amount that's there, and you're only rolling on psychic phenomena when you're purgating. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's probably correct. So, give us a 1d100 plus 50, plus 50, please. 91. Concussive blast with an explosive. First, gain 3 corruption, Icarus. Let's not forget that. Your favorite section of the rulebook.
I love it. I love it.
The amount of emails I got from Sean about the corruption section of the rulebook. With an explosive crack of power, you are rendered unconscious. Characters within short range must pass a challenging fortitude endurance test or be stunned. So, Lady Octavia and the 2 thugs in your zone all need to make fortitude tests.
That's awesome.
And we'll check what the unconscious condition is in a moment. What do we see? What do you think that we see, Icarus, as that sort of discharges and then sends you reeling?
It's like the most low-hanging fruit because he's like, and it just like, it kind of cracks. Like, you can see kind of a warble in reality and it just shoots out in all directions.
Yeah.
And of course, he just collapses to the ground and everyone else has to deal with the...
Yeah. All right. So then, challenging fortitude endurance check, please. Lady Octavia. And for them...
Critical fail.
Did you really?
No.
Oh my god. Well, you're stunned, though. You're not rendered unconscious. You're just stunned.
And the other 2 guys to fail, too.
Yeah, they... one has failed. The other one has also failed. So all of you are stunned right now, and we'll keep it this for ease of reference. We'll do the same... no, let's just do different durations, because, I mean, maybe they're going to be stunned longer than you. 1 is for 2. 1 is for 1. Lady Octavia, give us a D5 roll, please. Two rounds. So you're stunned for 2 rounds. You can spend a full action to just get rid of it, but it just means you're taking either an action or a move. Can't do both. All right, so Icarus, you slump to the ground, and I think you get rid of the rest of your warp charge now, because when you render unconscious, it's just gone, right?
That's how you do it. You go unconscious, you get rid of all of it.
Exactly.
That's how you do it.
That's why they say the most effective way to run a car, is like drain the engine until it's knocking, and then fill it up again. So
there you go.
All right, Lady Octavia, what are you doing?
Yes, I've got to try and get rid of the stunned, so I'll just do that.
Okay, so then that is I think it is a challenging fortitude endurance check. Let me double check.
Oh.
Yep, no, challenging fortitude pain check.
Then I will.
I mean, you can take an action if you want. Like, you could try and beam this thing while he's stunned as well.
But am I adversely affected
No. Otherwise, you're just restricted in what you can do, no penalties to success levels or anything like that.
Then I will shoot the guy in front of me. I'm giving up on the one in front of Icarus. Not a burst.
Okay.
I'm too low on power.
Okay, so he has... Oh, he would have got his reaction back. Oh, he didn't even use it because you didn't shoot him. Okay, so he can try and dodge.
I shot him. Oh, no, I didn't. Go ahead. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Ignore me.
Okay, yeah, because you did hit. So he's going to try and dodge. He does not. So you Zorch him for
5 damage.
5 damage. Do you guys remember, is there minimum 1 damage in this like there is in fantasy?
Interesting.
I can see why there would not be if you've got Space Marines and shit that are able to wear, like, power armor. You're not going to see them getting slowly whittled down by, you know...
Every little black.
Penny anti-gunfire, yeah. So, I don't remember seeing that, but just in the event that anyone remembers.
Yeah.
We go, deal damage. For more on damage, see page 214. I will! Thank you, game.
Only books had hyperlinks.
I think this the PDF is hyperlinked, maybe, but no, I don't think so. I don't think so. No. Okay, so unfortunately, that's not quite. You kind of get them, but you're not. Did you want to? So knowing that that's what the effect would have been, did you want to fortune point that?
No.
No? Okay.
I'm not really going to get much damage on this guy.
Okay, so you got one more round of stun. This guy's going to cover. The other guy's got one more. Okay, so on their turn, he's reeling. He's going to try and hit you with a shock ball once again, Lady Octavia. That is a miss. So you don't need to worry about your reaction. His clumsy punch-drunk swing. The guy who is engaged with Icarus, make another willpower check. No, he's still hanging in there. So he's going to... His actions are to get some binders out. And he's going to sort of lay on Icarus's back. Next round is when he's going to put them on, but he seems like he's trying to bind Icarus up. And then the one with Zarkov did not appreciate you trying to Zorch him, so he's going to try and bean you with this shock maul once again.
When you said binders, I swear I thought you meant notebooks, like like school binders.
Do kids? My son's too old to. It's been forever since he's been in school. Do kids still? Dave, you'll know this. They still use binders.
Yep. Yeah, I bought a couple 1.5-inch binders a couple months ago.
Nice. Yeah. That's great. Have there been any advances in binder tech, or is it still the 3-ring thing that's going to inevitably get warped?
But a lot more D rings, so you get that. Like they sit flat when the binder opens up, and not a circle. So yeah.
Nice.
Kids these days are just fucking pampered.
D-ring binders.
With the amount of other shit they're having to deal with, I think I had this non-sequitur, but I had a adjuster on a file earlier this week who her kid's 4. And we were talking about things, and I dawned, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm like, he's a COVID baby. And she's like, yep. Because we're born during lockdown, and there's going to be, like, in 15 years, sociologists who are going to write shit tons of papers about how that early lack of socialization impacted, because, like, he wasn't able to go to daycare until he was, like, 3 or whatever, because those little kids weren't, they weren't able to be around other little kids at that early stage.
Huh.
Yeah.
Gonna be a lot more schoolyard fights.
who knows, right? She says he's quite shy, and like it's tough to tell whether that's the kid or whether it's the environment or whatever.
Antisocial psychosis.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see here. This is where the 40K, the grimdark future starts, is poorly socialized children from 2020.
From there, that's where they start writing about it.
So I did get a hit on you, and it is 5 degrees of success.
Well, Who's this? I did save my superiority dice for dodging.
Fuck yeah.
Because I was like, fudge.
On Zarkov, it was a hit.
Okay.
So reflex check, right?
A reflex check, please. Yeah, if you're just trying to dodge.
And
with superiority?
With my 3 superiority?
Yeah. There you go. 4 brings it down to a 1. So, are you satisfied with that?
I don't really have a lot of other options, so...
And it's a pretty good roll. Yeah. Okay, so what it does, it does reduce the damage, so that'll be 7 damage. Make sure to apply your armor at first as well. I can't remember how much armor you've got, but... all right, so this thing, once again, hits you again. It's not going to stun you again, but it might re-up the stun. Yeah, re-ups the stun once again. Oh, no, it doesn't. It increases it. Shit. Because there's different staged conditions, or staged versions of most of the conditions.
Oh.
That might have been where we you were thinking about the other penalty late activity, because I think you guys were basic stunned by the gas, and then you were beamed by the shock mauls, which because a major stunned, you, in addition to having only a move or an action, you also have disadvantage in all tests.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, are you over?
Down.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, so then with that, let's see. You need combat is... I should really mark this page. All right, so I think you need to make a challenging fortitude pain test to avoid falling unconscious.
Yeah.
Fortitude pain test.
Yeah, at challenging. And make sure to take your superiority off.
Fortitude is...
yeah. And if he suffers a critical hit, you guys are going to lose 1 superiority too.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So unfortunately, that is, you fall unconscious.
Can I re-roll this with my...
Yes.
Thing there?
Yeah, with your fortune point, absolutely.
Yeah, I think I might just...
Good time. Good time for that.
You never know, because I could roll lower.
There you go.
There you go. Okay, so you stagger back. You're not unconscious. And it was 1 over your wounds, right?
Yeah, 1 over.
Okay, so it's... I'm rolling hit location, looking at my screen. I fucking love the screen in this. It just feels like... really good. You know, well, for those of you who are running it in person, too, like, it's got to look so great on the table, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's nice. Just... Oh, man. Nice. Love it. Yeah. And there is names. Yeah. Man, I was looking for... there's a name sheet, there's a name section on the fantasy one. And just before the session, I was looking. The reason I saw that random table for Gothic, accoutrement kind of stuff, is because I was looking for, I thought it was in the Game Master kits thing. I forgot it was on the screen. It's awesome. Yeah. All right. I hit you in the, oops, let's roll this. In the body. So it'll be a crit in the body. 1d10 plus 1, please, Zarkov. Oh, I'm just...
That's bad.
As we're paging... Oh, it's right at the back of the book. Right.
Yeah.
As we're paging past the corruption section, I am reminded that we need to double check on that, too.
Oh, yeah.
10 is shattered ribs. The attack shatters multiple ribs, leaving shards of bone peppered throughout your flesh. You have disadvantage on any physical test, and your move is reduced 2 steps to a minimum of slow. The injury is you suffer a major broken bone injury to your torso. And let's see here. Here, injury. It is page 216. The amount of cross-referencing in the book is really, really good.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. All right. A major broken bone. You must make a challenging endurance pain test whenever attempting any physical activity. On a failure, you're incapacitated. You can't take any other physical activity until the next day or until you are treated with a challenging Medicaid test. But what do you have for your Medicaid stuff too, right? Don't you have a Medicaid?
Field Medicaid.
Field Medicaid. So that'll be... Okay, so you are conscious. You've suffered this injury. So you're still up and around, but it's, you're in excruciating amount of pain. Yeah. And you've got 2 stages of stunned on you.
I can't move and do an action.
And you suffer disadvantage in all your skill checks. If only you had a party member who can remove conditions.
Who should probably run away right now instead.
We can hire replacements. Okay, then it is, speaking of, Zarkov's turn. So I'm going to tick down your stun. What are you doing? So here's one thing you could do that does not involve any actions. You're still suffering disadvantage on this. You could try and make a challenging fortitude pain test to reduce your stun condition so you're only reduced in your actions. Or you could do something to try and heal yourself.
I was just thinking I might do the field Medicaid on myself.
Okay.
Because it can't be any difficult, cannot be harder than challenging.
Okay. So, is there anything else that field Medicaid allows you to do?
Properly treat wounds during a crisis.
Awesome.
Patch up wounds and render immediate first aid to save lives under pressure.
Okay. Let's take a look here. So, when you do a Medicaid test to heal a character.
Page 219, difficulty cannot be harder than challenging.
Okay, so an ally with at least one advance in the Medicaid skill test can make a routine Medicaid test to treat your wounds. During combat, it's challenging. You heal wounds equal to the success level plus your intelligence bonus, and it doesn't need to be... on a failure, you heal no wounds but suffer no ill effects. That's changed from 4E. You only do this once per day, and then... Remind us, treating injuries.
Oh yeah.
If I treat the bone to break, can I treat that and reduce the disadvantage on all my future tests?
I'm just trying to see. I can't remember if it's like Conan, where if you treat it, then you're not suffering from it.
I think one of the ways to die is to have too many untreated critical injuries. So if you do the treatment, it no longer counts against your death count, if you will.
Right. Okay. So otherwise, you're still going to be. If you have a number of untreated critical wounds exceeding your toughness bonus, you die.
Yep, and I don't think you get rid of your, and the bad modifiers you get doesn't get fixed until your injury heals, which is going to take a while, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So then, Zarkov, I guess what you could do is try and restore some of your wounds. So at least it means that you're not as, you're not going to be as suffering more critical hits.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Okay, so you're going to roll with disadvantage, challenging Medicaid.
Okay, so roll twice.
No, you can set it to, remember, you can set to advantage and disadvantage in the top right.
Oh, right. Yeah. Disadvantage.
And you have your your superiority is now a 2 because you have suffered a critical wound. So
okay. It resets on my turn.
Resets on your turn, yeah. So you could choose to
use it here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Look at that with disadvantage.
That is pretty fucking good. What is your intelligence bonus? Your IB? It's 5 now, isn't it? Because you just raised it.
My intelligence is 50.
Yeah, so it's a 5. So that is a 7. This isn't like Zweihander where you raise the bonus separately. Whatever your stat is, it's just the tens digit is the bonus. Okay. So that's fucking awesome. That is then 7 wounds you heal.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Then it is Icarus is unconscious. And I think let's have some fun with this. Why don't Icarus, why don't you give us a very hard fortitude endurance check, please.
All right, and I assume I cannot use superiority?
Yeah, you can. It's a narrative meta currency that you're not necessarily, directly applying, so...
I am definitely
you know what?
It.
Hold on, guys. Because you've been incapacitated, you actually might be down to 1.
Oh.
Right? Because there's, I think when...
It's a possibility. Let's see.
If a party member is defeated, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so your superiority is a 1.
Good news is you can use it. Bad news, it's only worth 1.
Hey, you want to hear some good news? I have some good news. It's only the first time you suffer a critical hit. So, guys, you got it out of the way. Band-Aids off. Really, quite literally.
I think it's every time each character suffers their first critical hit, I believe.
The first time a party member receives a critical wound.
Okay.
Yeah. If a party member is defeated, if the party is taken by surprise by unexpected reinforcements or a sudden change in the battlefield. Wait, I can do that? Holy shit, guys.
What? You can't surprise us.
All right, so then, yes, your superiority is down to a 1, unfortunately, Icarus, but why don't you give us a hard, or what I say, very hard?
Very hard.
Whatever the most challenging one is.
Fortitude, right?
Fortitude, endurance, yes, please.
Didn't get there.
Didn't get there. So you are, you can feel yourself kind of getting stirred. I want to know if you're going to kind of groggily wake yourself up. That's not rules as written, but, let's level up.
Yeah.
All right. Lady Octavia.
I mean, it leaves me a 1% chance, so you're not getting crazy. So,
yeah.
Just, you don't have to feel too, don't have to.
Kev, you're playing this in easy mode. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
I can see the comments already. All right. Lady Octavia. Icarus is down. You can hear the sounds of someone else. It sounds like one at the end of the hallway, which you could see, is off fighting somebody else. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll try and shoot the one doing Icarus, because I'm not going to do much to the guy in front of me. Okay. So.
I will say as well, the one... I'm going to force a challenging awareness test for him to know that you're shooting. Because you just shot at the other guy next turn. I think he thought that you were... you got 3... Yeah, you got 3 fortune, though.
I just didn't want to use the fortune, so hopefully I didn't. Did I?
I don't think you spent any fate yet.
I didn't. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I shouldn't have. Yep, so that's a miss.
Well, do you want to spend a fate to re-roll?
Yeah, okay. I'll use fate to re-roll. Let me make sure I've not got superiority. Okay, so I do hit him.
Nice! Yeah, I'm making that challenging awareness test. He is completely oblivious, which means... That's to the head! Okay, so 7
should be him down.
That is you blast through his noggin, and he slumps down on top of Icarus. Right, and
he accidentally pours a potion of healing into his mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was taking it out for himself. He was about to drink it.
I will tell you, Kevin, that the book is in conflict with that point on the screen about the book says the first time each party member receives a critical wound for losing superiority.
Oof.
Yeah.
So you lost 3 superiorities?
That's tough because I wonder if it's changing errata, because if you've got like figure of 4 people is kind of the default assumption for a lot of RPG party sizes. Assuming that even half in a real scrap, in an extended fight, you have to defeat an elite or a leader in it, or a number of
troops
equal to their resolve. I mean, I can see it bringing it. We've had a superiority up to like 5 or so before, so you know. That's tough though. I'll have to check errata. I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Then, Lady Octavia, I have great news for you. You are no longer stunned.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Then it is what I was checking is because they don't have.
So have we got no superiority left, by the way?
You've got 1 superiority right now.
1.
Okay.
Yeah. Then it is their turn. Oh. Make a check here. Oh, he's still sticking around. He says something that I in, good conscience cannot repeat towards you, Lady Octavia. Something quite scurrilous even, about your parentage for how you just murdered one of his comrades. So he's going to swing that shock maul at you. And he is going to fumble that with a 100. So let's take a look at the oopsie chart here. All right. So I think there's a fun oops chart for this, like there is for
355, I think.
Oh, of course, all the fucking tables are at the back. Here we go. I shouldn't say that. Some of the tables are at the back. Most. All right, give us a D10 roll there, please, Lady Octavia. Nine. He swings at you so hard, it overswings, and he hits himself in the shin with his shock maul, and he is now doubly stunned. Then, Explorator Zarkov. This guy is, once again, going to try and get you, stack up those stun conditions on you. I did hit, so would you like to dodge? Now you are still at double stun, so it'll be at disadvantage, unfortunately. Sorry, I got 2 degrees success. Oh, you should only have 1. Oh, that is with 1.
That's with no superiority and disadvantage.
Fuck me, that's amazing. All right, so then, yeah, you duck out of the way of this. So you somehow managed to avoid, in your, stupor, in your pain. Oh, although you did do a physical action, which means you need to give us a challenging endurance pain test.
The fortitude?
Endurance Endurance, pain is a specialty.
Endurance, pain.
So if you don't have pain listed as a specialty, just roll endurance for us at challenging with disadvantage. You do have access to 1 superiority, though.
I use my superiority on my turn.
Ooh, okay.
And I still don't find endurance or pain sheet.
Endurance will be under your skill list on the left-hand side.
Maybe it's fortitude. Fortitude, endurance. Fortitude, endurance, I think.
Well, maybe it's a
fortitude,
typo.
Pain.
Yeah, because it says endurance, pain.
Oh, it's a typo.
Maybe it's a leftover typo. Yeah, maybe fortitude.
Toughness?
No, it'll be fortitude, pain.
100.
Speaking of nat 100s.
Okay, so I went from rolling a 1 to rolling a 100 in back-to-back rolls.
Okay.
Does my impressive success of rolling a 1 on the previous roll help?
It does not. Yeah, it must be fortitude endurance is what they're trying to say there. It's just typo.
Yeah.
Okay. You jerk to the side, and that's when your rib pinches, and you fall down incapacitated. Just in absolute agony. And
Do I take points of damage, or do I just fall down?
You have the incapacitated condition. You can't move or take actions. You can't defend yourself. Melee attacks against you automatically score a critical hit.
Okay.
But it is a condition, which likewise, if someone has something that can get rid of a condition, you'll get rid of it.
I can't see him, right?
No, not yet, no. All right. So then he hits you. You duck out of the way, but unfortunately that proved to be the wrong move. The pain that hits you in the side makes you think that he hit you even harder than he did before, and you're on the ground just seeing nothing but like white light. Apart from perhaps the whatever kind of diagnostic cybernetics you've got that are feeding back, critical, whatever the thing that is pumped out by your endocrine system to register pain is just through the fucking roof. Zarkov, you were incapacitated, so Icarus, you were unconscious. Give us that endurance check at very hard once again, please.
Okay. With my superiority.
Here it comes.
Here it comes, baby. It's going to be sweet.
I'm sorry, you have 0 superiority because you just had a second party member who was defeated.
It doesn't matter. I rolled 94.
Whoa! Good. Yeah, so no, you're having a real good nap. Lady Octavia.
Follow you, Octavia.
Well, I guess I will shoot the guy in front of me.
Okay. So remember, you can make use of other skills as well. Like, you're a quite commanding presence. You've got a bonus from your coat. If you want to try and tell this person, but like get him to flee or something like that, you certainly can try that as well. You need not just simply exchange blow for blow.
Okay.
Because while you can't see them, they can't see you. So who knows what's happened in that fight down there? He may know. He may think that he's all on his own now.
Yeah. Okay, I've got, apart from anything else, yeah, so I'll try, good point, let me, I'll say it looks like you're on your own now. You can hear your man's down the alley. Get out of here. This is your last chance, or I'll do to you what you did I did to your friend.
Okay. So that strikes me as not rapport.
What rapport is deceit?
There's an intimidation on there somewhere. Oh, it's
intimidation. I've got intimidation.
Presence.
And
yes, presence, intimidation. Absolutely.
And there's deceive as well. Yeah. Rapport, deceive.
Gotcha.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Well, for me, it's definitely better to be deceitful.
Well, the thing is, you don't know what happened down there either, so you...
I'm just making... yeah, exactly. I'm telling him his guy's down.
I think it's intimidate, because you're bluffing.
Okay.
Only because if you knew that his guy was still up, if Zarkov was like, I'm coming, and then kind of like, on the Vox unit, then maybe you would know. You know what? I don't really care which one you roll. You can roll either one.
Oh, no. Because I'm telling him his guy's down, whereas in fact Zarkov is down.
But that's what I'm saying. But you don't know one way or the other. Like if you were bluffing.
No. So I'm just pretending. Well, because deceive is far better for me.
Okay. And so, do you have any talents that would come into play?
Well, I've got my air of authority, but it doesn't really.
Can you click on it? I can't remember if the sheet displays talents or not.
No, because it just gets me influence with them if I do that.
Oh no! It wouldn't be that.
Yeah. So.
So your greatcoat would give you +1.
Yep. Well, if I'm rolling deceive, then yeah, I'm good.
Okay, go ahead. And I'm going to resist with, what is it, resolve? Not resolve.
So I'll put superiority in then of 1 to make for that.
Okay, and I'm going to discipline. That is.
I've got an 80% skill, so.
Oh, do you want to re-roll though? You got 2 fortune.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Let's do a little fate again.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Well, at least that's something.
Okay, and actually I failed by 1, so that is 4 degrees of success. So last chance, and he looks in your eye, and he absolutely knows you mean it. And he sort of looks back in the direction that he was, and then turns and races away.
Excellent.
So he is heading off in the direction of his ally. This one, with you on the ground, Zarkov.
And take me prisoner. Send me to the.
Yeah, and that's just I'm trying to decide if he'd hit you a second time or not. It's an auto crit is the thing, and
I'm totally incapacitated, like not
and
moving.
you have you shot him the one. Yeah, you're you're not unconscious. You're just like completely disabled by pain.
The dark world.
Yeah, I think
you could leave it up to a roll if you're torn.
That's a good idea. Let's see here. On a 6 or higher, he's going to take 1 more shot to make sure you're down. He didn't like getting shot in the chest.
Yeah, I should have finished him off with that shot.
Yeah. Okay, so he is going to finish you off. So it's an auto crit. Let's go to the location. Oh, yeah, because it's an auto crit, not. I don't think I rolled damage as well. Let's see, I'm stunned. Oh, incapacitated. Oh, he has to roll, but they automatically score a critical hit if he hits. So let me roll first. Because you're kind of writhing around on the ground, I guess. I actually miss. So you're still moving around. He hits the ground. It is not. 69 is not going to hit. Zarkov is incapacitated. Icarus, you want to see if you wake up? And then it'll be Lady Octavia's turn. And Lady Octavia, you heard the discharge of another of those. Oh, you know what? That guy was stunned from last time. I forgot. Because he hit himself in the shin with the stun thing. So I think he, like, the only action he's taken is to kind of stumble away, but you can see he's still, like, completely addled as he's walking, Lady Octavia.
Retreat.
Okay. Those 100s are going around today, it seems. So, Icarus, you're well and truly unconscious. Lady Octavia, what do you want to do? You can hear this. You heard the sound of another.
I will move towards the end of that alley and unsling my carbine, my lasgun.
So I don't think you would have brought your lasgun with you because remember where the circumstances of this meeting.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So, but you would have your pistol on you, and you could reload. I think that while you're not going to be able to bring a, does reload take an action?
Yeah.
It does.
Okay, never mind. but you make your way to the end. You don't need to... you would need to change zones once. So now you are medium range away from them. You can see Zarkov's on the ground, like writhing in pain, and this guy has been trying to hit him with that shock maul.
I'll just shout out. Yeah, you're on your own now, scumbag.
You have one superiority, guys. You defeated 2 more of these guys, so you do have one superiority. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll just shout out. Yeah, you're on I think in this case it has to be intimidate rather than deceive. It's so let me try that.
I rolled a 6. So I got 4 degrees of success.
Yeah, I can't beat that then.
But that you got 1 superiority and your great coat.
All right, so I've got 4 degrees of success as well.
Yeah, in which case it goes to the higher skill. Your intimidate is higher than his resolve.
Woohoo!
So what does it look like as this guy looks? You can picture the opposite of the hallway. The whole hallway is full of those things we've described, those Gothic, pictures in there holding, or not pictures, but sculptures holding human bones in them.
Yep, so I swing around the corner, aim down the thing. So runs scumbag, and he he has a little jitter to himself and turns and runs in the other direction.
Okay. That left 2 dead, I think, at the scene.
Yeah.
Because there's one that you shot through the head, and there's one that Noros, I think, chainsawed down. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So you can look. Icarus seems insensate underneath the fallen corpse of the one you shot in the head.
He might be dead. You can't really tell. It's just he's just down. It's just
He keeps muttering in his unconscious state something about adder.
yes.
So
He's mumbling and burping, farting. It's just ugly. He's down and he's
and then why don't we take our mid-session break now, and then we'll come back and see what Lady Octavia wishes to do with the injured Zarkov, the unconscious Icarus, and the 2 dead attackers. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
You handsome laddie. You handsome lad. You've got Bretty. You've got Bretty. You've only got lots of Bretty. Handsome boy.
Arrow shape. You arrow shape. Yeah. Your cloth body.
All right. Hey, Nada. We all look like Alfarius. I don't know how to take that, or if you mean the characters or us. None of us are bald. None of us are augmented humans, but I'll take it as we're the chosen of the Emperor, so thank you.
So I did a thing, Kev.
What'd you do?
Started on Wednesday, finished it just now. Made a tiny dice bag, a mini dice bag.
Nice!
Compared to the regular size one. Had a guy ask me to make a mini dice bag for a friend. Only needs to hold 12 dice, and I'm like, A regular one holds 45. I'm not sure what to do here.
That's hold your hand up next to it.
But it holds like you get 2 fingers in it instead of like the.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the brass coloring too. That looks nice with both the blue and the red. All right. So, guys, I hope everyone at home is having a great start to your weekend as well. No one's been rendered unconscious or had ribs broken or
dealing stun baton.
Any such mishaps. Okay, so Lady Octavia, they run off, it seems, leaving the 2 fallen men behind. What would you like to do?
I'll just say to her, go and say, Zarkov, I see. A day late and a credit short as usual. And let's take that. That will be a charm report.
Okay.
Massive success. So
right. Oh, remember, you got no superiority anymore.
All right.
Yeah, you guys are to go. But still, success. 7 degrees of success. All right. Does it play? It just removes the condition, right?
Yep.
You're no longer incapacitated, Zarkov. You're just in a great deal of pain for your for your injury.
Yes.
So what do you say when you come to?
Get him.
And then I will. I guess I will. Can I try and do any patching up?
You. Oh yeah. I mean, like he's. I think. Let's see here.
I did a Medicaid on myself already.
To restore some wounds, yeah. You can do to treat that injury.
Hit him in the ribs.
Is a difficult Medicaid test.
Do you want me to try?
Hold on.
I'm still at a disadvantage probably to check new checks.
Yeah,
right?
he has disadvantage on physical tests and his move is reduced by 2 steps. The treatment will get rid of that. It leaves the injury.
Let's give that a shot. I've not got a huge chance, but I have got a little basic training in Medicaid.
I think one episode you got Zarkov has a med kit, I think, which gives +1 success level.
It's probably in his left hand. He just used it on himself before he got ended.
I'll give myself +1 superiority then, and let's see if I can get lucky. Oh yes! Oh, darn. No. Massive failure.
That does mean. Let me ask you one thing. So when I can't remember if this is how we did it with the other ones. Fate in Rogue Trader, we have been having regenerates 1 point after the break. Are we doing the same thing for Imperium Maledictum?
Oh yes.
You want to think on that, or
I will.
No?
I think that's a good call.
Lady Octavia has made an executive decision. Okay.
I agree with.
Now we're talking.
There you go. All right.
Going back to AI double clip, so I'll take the first one.
Yeah, that's 3 levels of success. The wound is treated. Let's just quickly take a look at the. Well, it seems confusing to me.
Rib no longer broken.
Well, because the way it describes the injury, it seems kind of like it's the same thing, or very similar to what you have with an injury. So the critical hit and the injury do the exact same thing.
I think the treatment is primarily there for the kill count on critical injuries.
Yeah.
The injury is for lingering. If it doesn't have an injury, it doesn't linger. But if it does, it takes a while to heal.
It's also a little different, actually. So disadvantage on physical tests and your move is reduced by 2. It doesn't say anything about getting incapacitated on a check. So the injury itself is actually much worse. Okay. What you can do, Lady Octavia, is as well treat that, or you and Zarkov, and working together, I think, would grant you advantage. I think that's how teamwork works. Really clear. Once we get back in the swing of playing a couple of sessions back to back, it's not like we're coming up on a Christmas break. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we're going to forget everything about this game in the span of about a month. Unless, surprise turnaround, everyone thinks we're playing One Ring over the holidays. No, we're going to the grimdark future.
Sorry, guys. We are having way too much fun in
Imperium Maledictum.
Imperium Maledictum.
Let's see here. I mean, our Christmas games have, let's see, Dark Sun, Paradar, Blackbirds. What did we do last year?
Blackbird's Eel?
Blackbird's Eel was two years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, last year was...
last year was...
Ulfenkarn. It was Ulfenkarn, Soulbound. Grim and Perilous. So, which is to say that our Christmas things tend to be pretty fucking dark. So...
everything we play is pretty dark. Just throw that out there. No, we're gonna play Barrow Maze and well, it's like,
at one point in the Grindle House things look pretty good.
Not when we were doing the future stuff and everything was destroyed and everybody was gone and
what are you looking up, Kevin?
I'm looking up getting help.
Oh,
make the test with advantage. So my point is that I don't think you can. I can't remember rules was written whether you can use Medicaid on yourself. Do you happen to remember, Sean?
I think so. To help, you have to have usually one rank in the skill in question.
So that's what I'm thinking, that either Lady Octavia is making the roll with advantage or Zarkov is with advantage. I'm assuming that because he's got disadvantage on it, that you're going to want Lady Octavia and you're going to help. This is because if you do so with a challenging Medicaid test, Zarkov will be treated such that he can actually do physical activity again.
I will assist.
Yeah, so I've already rolled 13, right?
Say again?
I've already rolled 13.
That was to treat the critical wound.
Okay.
This is now to treat the injury. The injury is separate from the critical wound.
Gotcha.
But there are different impacts from either of them. And this is where you can get more than one disadvantage, I guess, because you have disadvantage on two different... You know how it tiers down and gives you like 1, 2, 3 disadvantage? This is why.
Oh, it's lucky I rolled my dice already, so I've already got 20.
Yeah, it was like
13
on the critical hit and the downside is the injury.
You rolled against difficult, you need to roll against challenging.
Broken major.
Oh, Lady Octavia, I think you should have... you spent that fortune point, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, what am I rolling to help?
Nothing. Just because of your assistance, Lady Octavia is rolling with advantage now.
Okay, cool.
And one superiority because of the Medicaid kit.
Okay, let's see. This is tricky. That I'm not terribly good. Let's roll, but I'm not holding my breath.
Success levels. Holy smokes! All right.
Hey, that University of Space Phoenix medical course really worked out.
It really did. Zarkov, you can attempt physical activities without having to make a pain roll for now. So,
like, pop that rib in, and now it doesn't hurt nearly as much.
Yeah, so you still have that injury, but that's it.
Looks like the injury takes 40 plus 2d10 days to heal. Is the it's on page 217.
Can you reduce that with a Medicaid check? That's usually the way it works in some of these games. Maybe a sidebar that references that.
And there's a question of whether it sets correctly too in there somewhere. Oh, if it doesn't set correctly, there's permanent effects. It's on page 217.
Okay.
So with 5 levels of success and missing a superiority.
Yeah.
Because we had 1 superiority dice just from felling those guys, and 1 for the Medicaid kit.
Oh yeah, there's nothing to reduce, unfortunately. And it's at the end of the thing. You'll make a challenging test to see if it's set correctly, so you won't know if the rib is in the correct place.
How many days?
40 plus 2d10, so 40 plus 2d10. Unless you undergo surgery, which there you go, 48 days. Okay. So, however, during this time, you're now fine. So let's get back into the scene. So Zarkov came across this guy. You saw him firing down at your allies. You exchanged fire. This guy beat you down to the point of unconsciousness. You woke it up. You see Lady Octavia is here. You do not see where Icarus is. We're going to ignore that. Noros was here a moment ago.
He's like, Lady Octavia, thank you very much. That hurt.
My
I'm
pleasure.
assuming there was others giving you trouble?
They're dead or gone now. I had better go and see how Icarus is going.
Oh, is he injured?
He blew up again. As he is wont to do. But he's down and out.
Well, we can get him back.
So I'll trundle around the corner and let's see how Icarus is.
So
what do I see as I see him slumped under a corpse, bloodstained corpse?
Coming around the corner, there is this is, if you came across this hallway, you would definitely see that signs of a fight, because there's scorch marks where the laser shots missed at the one end of the hallway. Coming around the corner, there's all of that, plus there is someone who has been chain sorted in half, and there is a person with a hole lasered through their head, laying slumped across Icarus.
Shocking. I have no idea how that happened. So
we need some cleanup, or we need to get out of here.
There are 2 corpses. I mean, quite messy. One of them more messy than others, but they are here.
Maybe we should arrange it so that it looks like one of them chopped the other while they were shooting him. Murder, suicide. So
this type of stuff, you've heard that, life is dangerous in unconscious is a condition as well, Lady Octavia.
I don't, my chatting can't do anything with that.
Oh, it can't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Could I have spent a fate to get rid of a condition? Is that in this game?
Ooh, good question.
I feel like, I think fate, remove 1 condition.
Yeah. Yep.
I should have done that a long time ago. I forgot about that.
Well, you needed a good nap. I mean,
I did. Let's be honest. I had a lot going on.
That is, it's very little. Spliced in with the sanctioned psyker gene is a little bit of possum. So,
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. I needed to stay down. That's what I needed to do.
Exactly. Underneath the headless body, and just like,
Is anybody looking?
Yeah. All right. So then, what I think is Zarkov will have sufficient things, whatever the 40K equivalent of smelling salts are. I imagine it's some kind of, incense related thing that would be able to be applied that will just get rid of it, so you can save yourself the fate point.
Okay. That's a good use of fate. I forgot about that, to keep players on the move.
Yeah.
To spend one and get them back up. It's a good.
Absolutely.
It's a good
Yeah. It's it's been a while since we've had a real scrap. In this, because I think we had a heck of a scrap to end our last Imperium Maledictum game, but like that was, I want to say, like 2 months ago, maybe at least.
Maybe 2.
Yeah. So. I do love this game, though. It's really good game.
It's a good game. Warhammer 40,000 is solid. It's a good game.
Yeah. Okay, so Zarkov. What I was looking at, Zarkov, is one thing we haven't really talked about is the degree to which you might be able to interact with technology, because that's sort of your niche. Beyond speaking to the machine spirits that are in computers or cogitators, I imagine you would also be able to potentially access like Vox units. Voxcasters are the comm devices, and even secured Voxcasters, it would just be a matter of using your techniques and tools in order to whisper to those things and have them give up their secrets.
Where did this guy go?
So the two that are the two bodies that are on here, if you ask about what the circumstances are, let's assume you're brought up to speed for what we talked about in the summary. That this one guy who seemed to be dressed like an arbiter, and clearly as a member of the Adeptus Arbites, attacked them, accompanied by four other men in a planned ambush that seemed specifically targeting the members of House Aquare here. I think someone can give us a lore. I think lore is what I'm looking for here. Yeah, lore. Adeptus Terra. Check. And this will be at routine.
Can all of us try?
I think pick one person, they'll roll with advantage. It'll be you guys yapping back and forth about what's happened.
Maybe Zarkov? I'm guessing your lore's best.
No,
not me.
I only have Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yeah, you still got lore. Lore.
Remember in this game?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the default skill, you always can roll that. It's just if you roll the specialty, if that happens to be better.
Yeah, so I have lore of 50.
Mm-hmm. There you go. I'm 39.
Okay. Icarus, your lore is less than 50?
It is 43.
Okay. So Zarkov, roll with 2 advantage, please.
So advantage plus 10?
Advantage, and then it's also routine. So not advantage plus 10, advantage plus... Is that what it says? Advantage plus 10?
Yeah. Extra advantage gives you plus 10.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so extra advantage, and then also roll routine, please.
And superiority doesn't count outside of combat, correct?
Correct.
Look at this, folks. We're getting the
7. So here's a couple of things. We talked a little bit about this last time as sort of like things that would have been running through your mind immediately. But while there was at Port Wander, there was a presence for the Adeptus Arbites, which you remember dealing with when you guys were attacked in the middle of the souk or the bazaar or whatever it was. There's no fucking Arbites in Footfall. So there is no formal imperial legal presence here the way that there is in this. So that's one thing. The other thing is typically the Arbites, they are the law and they expect compliance when they wish to exert their authority. They can come and kick your ass as well, but they don't they often rely on. I'm thinking of the Arbites that what's his name? When he first arrived on the beginning of Xenos, that guy still, whoever it was, the Arbites who he was, who the Inquisitor was with, he still announced his presence, Judge Dredd style, right?
Yeah.
Arbites, surrender, and then people start shooting, and then he just fucking killed everybody. But that's something else, Zarkov, that is just like, if you compare this to the expected protocol, you guys did roll collectively 7 degrees success, which is tantamount to a critical. Do you have any questions you wish to ask about this? And this isn't a matter of like 1 for 1. You got it beyond a critical success. So any questions you have that I think you could reasonably know between the three of you, I'm happy to answer those.
Do we know where they might have retreated to or have journeyed from?
For that role, it doesn't, because there's no presence for, at least no official presence of the Adeptus Arbites here, it is impossible to tell. It's
not like there's a Arbites station or something.
Correct, yeah. Like, it isn't inconceivable that there may be someone who has been seconded and is out on some task, but even then, the conduct of this arbiter and his enforcers it would either mean that there is a level of threat where there or a obviousness of guilt that would not allow you or afford you the right to surrender. But if either of those were true, they would not take you into custody necessarily. And Octavia saw one of them trying to put binders on Icarus.
Would they have also, declared their presence like they normally would?
Yeah.
If this was we can assume this is not a sanctioned Arbites type situation.
That would be my thought is, the Arbites don't subcontract normally, so you would have got hit by several Arbites. They don't bring thugs normally. They would turn up a squad of them. So this guy's off the books. Bad lad.
Pretending?
Probably not an Imperial item.
I think with your role, as your question of pretending, Lady Octavia sparred with this person, and of the three of you, I think she is the one who probably is the most capable in melee. They definitely have Arbites training, and they certainly have Arbites gear. And if you look underneath the robes of the ones you've downed, it is old and it is not particularly well maintained, but it's the kind of stuff that enforcers who support an arbiter, what they wear. So this is his retinue.
Yeah, so this is like a rogue arbiter, not necessarily someone pretending to be an arbiter.
And you can look at the sort of, there's probably some, in the same way that badge numbers of police officers can tell you some information, because like how long they've been on the force and stuff like that. If you happen to know what the reference numbers are and whatnot, you would know that the reference numbers on the concealed, not openly displayed, but the information on their identification places them in the Calixis sector, the other side of the Maw.
So the question is, who's got connections there that might be able to...
Well, we want to try and track them down.
Could it be? I mean, one possibility is maybe a rival rogue trader.
Well, yeah, I guess it's which one?
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
Oh, what about I'm going between games here. Am I in the right game? What about the guys that were training that weapon? They the big support weapon on Footfall. That was that us? Was that?
That was you guys.
No,
not this group of the Aquare, but the house has been pressured by them. Yes,
the house. Yes, so maybe them. I'm going to throw that out there, but since they're they're here, and
I will tell you so while then this is based on your role. While there are definitely corrupt Arbites or arbiters that are out there, it's the grim perilous future. They sort of hold themselves out as being the uncorruptible and as the the they're not religiously fanatical the way that the ecclesiarchy are, but they are equally dogmatic in the discharge and the way that they approach the responsibility to it. So it could be calling in a favor, or it could be someone who is that rare bad egg, and they would not be, if they are an outcast, they would not be the first person to try and find refuge in the Coronis Expanse.
Is there any way to access video logs of the exchange?
Of which exchange?
Like of the combat.
Oh, of the here. No, unsurprisingly, the Picto units that would have been displaying in here have all been disabled. Yeah. They do each have Voxcasters on them, though. So they have their comm units on them.
Can we get into the system to see who disabled and when?
Probably not. You could probably track down where it was disabled from.
But we can maybe track where the box casters that these guys are carrying are broadcasting to. You can maybe try and track that back.
I just don't know if that is applicable.
Yeah.
My data delver. I took a second talent in data delver.
Oh, nice.
So it's not looking for where a piece of it is created.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's what you can, if you wish to, using your mechadendrites, you could probably access the local Picto units. So why don't you give us a computers?
Security?
Tech? Yeah, tech security, please. And let's set it at... this is the Liege's, or near the Liege's hall, so why don't we say that it is difficult, -10.
Okay. No superiority, no advantage or disadvantage.
You do have advantage because of your talent.
Oh, right.
I think you might have +1 because of your mechadendrites. +1 success level. Holy shit.
Woohoo!
Look at that.
Oh, security of 80. There's something.
So,
I did pump a bunch of stuff into security and intelligence. So.
What advantage? You rolled a 61. That was nice.
Yeah. So, here's what you find is you can see where they were shut down, and while they tried to erase it, they did not do a good enough job, and you can see it's the enforcers who went up and interfered with this. And it was shortly after... It was about within an hour before the ambush was sprung, which means that they weren't sitting waiting for just anybody. And you can see yourself, if you do happen to access it and go back, you can see where the lot of you had passed through here in order to get to this place.
So they watched us go in. said, okay, they're going to come out. We're going to shut these down and take them.
Correct.
So this was premeditated, and I'll explain everything that I found to the team.
Yeah. And what I will tell you is, they made use of a device that has machine spirits specifically designed. They are not members of the Adeptus Mechanicus, obviously, but they did have some tech that was and some level of expertise in order to hack the Picto units and disable these things. There's only certain folks. There are infractionists, so they would be members of the criminal order who would be willing to do that kind of stuff, or members of the RBDs or their equivalent of law enforcement. And again, there is no such thing of law enforcement on Footfall.
Okay. This is what we've discovered. We wish to try and track them down, or continue with our mission.
Lydia,
I guess we probably need to track him down to eliminate him. Otherwise he'll... And also find out potentially who hired him. Was it Fel or someone else?
Correct.
So where do you guys go now? You probably have spent about as much time at this location as you can without potentially being discovered. Fortunately, the Picto units were down, so there is no visual recording of you guys being here, but
we should leave.
I can't remember how detailed it might be, but Icarus, you have been manifesting some pretty potent psychic manifestations.
Or just general incompetence, warpish incompetence.
I mean, I believe it was you did, I think, an enormous amount of, because of his armor was so tough, I think you were the one who really made the difference on the RBDs, so, you know.
Yeah, I had one good smite, damn it, says Icarus.
Your head is pounding right now.
Yeah. And there's still a little vomit right here. The whole thing was just terrible. It was messy. And
Zarkov, now that you've recovered, you could choose to treat Icarus as well outside of combat. He is looking pretty beat up. If you want to treat some of those wounds.
Yeah, let's just walk away, just get out of this area where all the bodies are, and find a place that's. And I will do a Medicaid test.
So outside of combat, it's a routine Medicaid.
Okay. I don't have advantage on this, though. I don't think.
If Lady Octavia assists you, you could have advantage.
Well, Lady Octavia, do you think might want to help me with this, just to make sure?
Indeed. I'll get up my little manual.
So here's what I was thinking we would do to him.
Nice. So that is 10 back, Icarus.
that is enough.
Okay. Where do you guys head now? Back to the Aquare HQ, to your warehouse, located in Void Dock Alpha Row. You know what it's been, guys? It's been a couple of hours since we've laid eyes
on the macro statue.
Macro statue. So, with you guys were here in the atrium. Do you want to go back to the Aquare HQ? Do you want to go to your base in the warehouse? Do you want to go elsewhere? You go to the Adeptus Massacus at the Martyr's Endurance. What are you thinking?
I'm not so sure Aquare HQ is as safe as we might normally presume.
Sure.
If we were deliberately targeted.
And maybe having resources to help you track down the Arbiter's better.
Yeah, go back and regroup.
Very well.
Okay.
We might need to do some legwork on the street if they cover their tracks.
So, heading back to the Aquare HQ, as it were, you run into no other issues, so you're able to get back. What would you guys like to do next? You had gained some information about the other rogue captain or rogue trader, Lord Captain.
I guess we want to continue trying to build a relationship there, and also if Zarkov or any of us are able to, well, let's ask within the family if they know anything of an arbites on the streets, or where we'd find out, because that must be kind of unusual.
So one of the things we didn't put stats down, or at least we've talked about them generally in this because we haven't given stats to Quinelli's status as a patron, but I think we have talked about him having connections with the infractionist faction. So I think you can assume calling on that would give you a +2 success levels on any effort to try and call in favors or gather information about the what do you call it?
This rogue arbitus?
Yeah, the rogue arbites or arbiter.
Arbit.
So where do you...
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to...
I'll leave that to Lady Octavia.
Yeah, so I think that would be a matter of using that and a pointer. I guess we'll try and find out, is there a known rogue arbites on the on Footfall that they know of, and if so, where?
Okay.
Or
So
has anybody got even a connection to, if nobody knows exactly where he is?
Or who
Maybe.
we might be connected to.
Exactly.
So it sounds like you're all working towards the same goal. So the way that helping works in this is everyone makes different separate checks, and you add your success level to the extended task.
Okay, extended task time.
Yeah, so, well, let me ask you this first. By sleeping overnight, you can heal a number of wounds. A good night's rest heals wounds equal to your toughness bonus. If you undertake an entire day of rest and do not undertake any strenuous activity, it's toughness bonus ×2. So recognizing that it was sort of like during the day when you were meeting with this other person, you still have the evening. I think the intervals will be a day for each of these rolls, and then we'll roll separately for each of you guys. I'm just looking at the extended test thing, and I think we'll also take advantage of some encounter charts, because there's some fun encounter charts in here, guys.
I'd like to not go out and encounter anybody for the first day.
It's not necessarily going to be a combat encounter. It's just there's shit that happens in Footfall every day to, people coming in, people leaving, people getting killed.
Guns training on ships.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't happen every day? Oh,
Yeah.
Just to us?
Oh, you did learn about that from the circumstances of them from, what's her name? Captain... What's her name?
Jerry?
Yeah, Jerry Blitz. So Icarus and Octavia and Zarkov, what are you guys going to... I guess first off, you can heal yourself, Zarkov, of your toughness bonus in wounds. And you got 47 days left until your ribs are back.
Yeah.
To whatever passes for normal for you. There we go. Okay. I think we'll make it 15 success levels. This will be... We'll spend a couple of days doing this. So, who is... Is that right? Hold on. How are you guys going to go about trying to find this individual? Drawing on your patron, you can grant +2 success levels to one of you per pass. So only the amount of value you're going to get out of it is only going to come from one person. But if any of you individually have influence over infractionists or someone that you're going to be drawing on. Also, Zarkov, I will let you, as a way of collecting information, you could use your tech and security to try and gather what you can from these Vox coders, or Vox, whatever they're called. I think I'm calling something different every time I say that word.
Yeah, so basically I can try and hack into their comlinks kind of thing.
Exactly. You can whisper to the machine spirits within, see what secrets they hold.
I will do that.
Okay.
On this day. Just putting myself down 1 day of healing injury.
You got it.
47 days.
Okay, so here's the other added factor. I'm just looking, there's some interesting things about group endeavors here. We're also going to make it difficult. So it'll be -10 because it's a Arbites who's hiding here. So that's, which is interesting on a metagame kind of level. That's the, whatever it's called, the, whatever the threshold is. It's not called threshold, but it's like the armor in extended tests in 2D20. There's like you roll your results and then you reduce it by a little bit. That's, I guess, how they do it in this, is because the difficulty would just be subtracting from your success levels for every pass, as opposed to just the overall number you need. So, what are you guys, who wants to tell us what they're doing first and make their roll?
I mean, with the connection we've got from Quinilia, I would go to the infractionists. Okay. Barracks with to meet the person he suggested. Bring a small gift, some amasec maybe, in a nice bottle. Nothing, nothing crude, but.
Okay. So your greatcoat normally would not give you anything of value with the infractionists, but we are talking about Quinilia Quare here. So I think you can apply that as a bonus as well.
Lord Captain?
Lord Captain, Quinilia Quare, loved by rogues, seemingly, if not everywhere, then at least in the vicinity of the macro statue. So.
John the Eagle's going to burst through its head any moment here.
And are you thinking rapport for that?
Yeah, I'm going to charm.
Okay, so charm at difficult with 3 extra success levels.
Difficult, and so I'll put 3 superiority on, as it were, same thing.
Okay. Nice. All right. Lady, are you satisfied with that?
Well, actually, also...
What are you thinking?
No, why not? I'll roll that again. Probably a mistake, but
nice. Okay.
But I would also, as swing in, I would, in my great coat, looking quite the piece, I will exert my air of authority as well.
What does that
do? Charming, but a force to be reckoned with, indeed. So then I can make a challenging presence or rapport test.
Okay. Make sure to turn the superiority off.
Yeah, that's no superiority. Challenging. Rapport. Rapport it is. Okay. Oh, I should have used my fate point for that.
Whew. Okay. Were you trying to set up a temporary...
Yeah, that would have given me temporary one influence for the group.
Okay. All right. So perhaps at the... in or around the Adeptus Amacicus, you make some friends in and around the Martyr's Endurance. And you're beginning to make headway. People don't have any direct information that you're able to access as of yet, but people are giving you good leads for who you might talk to. You're making some headway towards learning where this person might be or who they might be. Zarkov or Icarus, what are you thinking?
Is there...
I can go.
If you know what you got, go.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to do the, speak to the machine spirit in the Vox units and try to do some... The problem is they're going to be using them all over the place, but try and do some kind of like triangulation and where they've been communicating from and where they moved to, and see if we can narrow things down a little bit. Or
yeah. So give us a difficult. Actually, it won't be difficult. I think it will be difficult just because of the security procedures. Even washed up enforcers may still have a minimum of security beyond your standard commercial Vox unit. So difficult tech security. And do you have any you've got that data whatever delver, right?
Yeah, that's specifically for looking for data, though. I don't know if that...
I mean, that's what you're trying to access through the machine spirits, right? It's data about where they were, who they talked to, potentially.
Then I would have advantage on this check.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and give us your check. Nice. Okay. You guys are up to a total of 8 thus far. Are you satisfied with that, or you want to fate that?
If they said fail that, I'm like, what? I don't want to fail it.
No, fate, not fail.
You know what? Let's give it a roll.
Okay. So difficult with advantage. There you go. Did I say 8? I meant to say 10 success levels.
Nice.
So no pressure, Icarus, but the 2 predecessors have generated 10 of the necessary 15.
Is there any chance that I would, if I caroused, like if I went around and started carousing some of the ne'er-do-well hangouts, that I could sense similar warpish candles that I sensed in the combat? In other words, that they're about, that these guys are the guys that, like the bad guy, the chief bad guy, that... Would I be able to sense his presence with Synesians, you think?
I think it extremely unlikely, only because the average person doesn't have a very big presence in the warp, right? Like, if he was a psyker, then that definitely would be a way of kind of following his scent, but they have such a muted presence in the Immaterium. Like the 2 ways to think of it is either as the dark, where that it's the lights that you see in there are reflective of the power of their soul or their connection to the Imperium. Or alternatively, it's the ones that stand out over the background noise, right, of the chaos and whatever. It could be both of those things, too. The warp could be both of those things at once. But asking around, likewise, could be a valid way. Like, we don't know the friends and whatnot. You're a psyker, but you're not a shut-in. And of all places where people are free to go wherever they want to go, so long as they're taking adequate precautions, Footfall is that place.
I will try. Yeah, with my my own sort of bulbous head charm.
Yep, you got it. The difficulty will be difficult then, and otherwise, go ahead and roll when you're ready.
All right. Rapport? Is that the...
rapport and carouse, yeah.
Yep. Okay. Inquiry, probably, right? Report doesn't matter. I don't have it anyway. Report inquiry.
Oh, hold on. Report. Yeah, report inquiry. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I don't have it. It's all good. But yeah, I just
okay. It's all shit I don't got.
No, that's no good. I will. Let's spin the last fate.
What could possibly happen in the last half hour, guys? It's not like you were attacked, I think. Now, so exactly. Mid-session is when you guys were jumped by those arbiters last time.
Exactly. Oh, closer.
Okay.
Closer.
Now, I don't... Let me take a look at extended tests. I can't remember if it actually sets back or not. I don't recall offhand. It's not like I was just reading it and gave up reading. Helping, here we go. So it says you contribute, add their success level to the extended test at the same time, potentially achieving success faster. Let's look at the example, though. Doesn't say anything about failure, though.
Oh, I see. Where the failure makes a go down.
Yeah, I'm on page 191, if you're curious.
Gotcha.
I'm looking at extended tests.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the default. Each time you attempt, make a note of your success level. Continue adding or subtracting over the course of the test until you meet the threshold set by the GM.
And subtracting.
Yeah, so... What do you think the complication is here, Icarus? Or would you like me to roll a random event and then you could weave that into whatever's...
Well, a failure always subtracts at least one SL, yeah. I mean, well, he's not, he's not a looker.
He's not subtle. No, he definitely is. I think if I was Icarus's mom, I'd say he's got a face that you remember.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I mean, he goes up to groups and they kind of move away and he's like, and you know what? He's unsettling anyway. Anyone that's a psyker is just naturally unsettling. And so, it's not his strong point. He's actually not terrible at rapport, but he's naturally unsettling. There's just no getting away from it. And sometimes someone can look past that. Like, despite that, everyone in the group moves away except one. But sometimes everyone's like, it's just not, it's too much. It's too much.
Yeah. So it is a, it seems that the word, while you're making some good progress, Lady Octavia, with your checks, it does seem that Icarus's lack of subtlety, there's a risk now that word might be getting back to the Arbiter that someone's looking for him, and it's making it just a little bit. It's not a guaranteed thing, but maybe there's a check in the mail where like someone is going to be, moving along and might be getting word back to this person if they know where he is. It hasn't turfed it yet. If it falls below 0, that's when you're in a problem. Lady Octavia, since you are taking the lead on this, why don't you give us a D10 roll, please? A 1 is when something interesting happens. Okay. So, you guys meet up afterwards. You've made some progress, but it's a lot of good leads thus far. Zarkov, you're able to heal another amount of wounds equal to your toughness overnight as you sleep. Anything else you guys wish to do in that evening, or do we go to the next day now?
Are tokens change again?
Say again?
Tokens not letting me edit again. I'll just change it on my sheet.
Oh, we're back to the... You know, hold on. I gotta fucking change the...
I'll change it on my sheet.
Yeah, sorry. Let me do that right now, just so I...
Delete all the bad tokens.
Well, what inevitably I end up doing is when we go to a new page, often I'll take whoever the makeup of the party is right now and just paste that over each time. It's why I screw up the initiative trackers a lot of the time. Because I'll deleted the ones that were previously on the page. So let me just get everyone set to be able to edit. Okay, so Noros is set correctly. The Octavia is not. So let's get that done. Okay, Lady Octavia is fixed. And I'm making sure that you guys can all see your numbers as well as...
Well, yeah. I can see mine right now, but I can't see theirs.
Yeah, exactly. So let me just correct that. So what do you guys think of the next day? More of the same? Change up in strategy, try and draw on different sectors. I do like that they encourage you to allow different skills to be used.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if you have ideas...
I'm going to look for Medicaid places because they have injured people who will want to be treated or will want to be treated.
Yeah.
And see if we can try and track down.
That's a good idea.
Can you guys can you see each other's numbers now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Good. You should have control over them. It should be fixed now. Apologies for the continued screw up.
Yeah, that works.
Okay. So you're going to head to Medicus, okay? Like some...
Well, I'm going to reach out to different Medicaid places and see if they've had anybody come in with certain injuries.
Yeah, the Shadow Quarters is likely where you would find that. So if you've got a influence with the Adeptus Mechanicus, that's probably who you could draw on.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll be able to apply that. What about Lady Octavia and Icarus? What do you think of her today?
Well, maybe my previous discussion with the infractionist got me pointers to somebody in the right district. So I'll proceed on down there and try and persuade the local commander and dig a bit deeper down that route. Are
you relying on Captain Aquare's, Lord Captain Aquare's influence again?
I think I probably shouldn't. I mean, obviously, mechanically I should, but...
So do you have anything, then, that you could draw on, personally? I can't remember if you've got any influence with the infractionists, but...
No, we don't. I was hoping to get some there, but blew it. So it'll just have to be pure charm.
Okay. And
pure
Icarus...
charm and an intro to get in.
Okay. Icarus, what are you thinking? And if Lady Octavia is not drawing on it, you could draw on the influence of your patron if you choose. If you're trying to circulate among the infractionists.
Yes. I'm looking at the House Aquare influence list for inspiration. What if I go to, you know what? I think I will go down and hope I get lucky at the what's the name of our favorite bar? The
Adeptus Amacicus.
Yes, I think I'm going to go down to the Amacicus and see if I spy our favorite card player.
Oh, Captain Jerry.
Captain Jerry.
Yep.
And because a rogue Armites is enough that she may have heard something.
Okay. So let's do this slightly differently this time. Lady Octavia, would you give us another D10 roll, please?
Oops.
Okay. Then, who would like to roll first? We only have 6 to go.
I'll give it a go. Let's.
Okay.
Yay!
There you go. Hot damn. That brings you up to 14. It was among the infractionists once again?
Yes, it was the local precinct leader.
Okay. Would you care to try for your temp influence again?
Okay, if you allow me to.
Okay. Yeah.
Rapport.
I think it's a different day, right? So, oof. So it seems as if they gave up the information to get rid of you. So, but you do make some serious progress here. What I think you're doing is talking to some of the fixers, as it were, among the shadow quarters. And these are just, so remember that this place is full of techno-heretics and Xenos, and mutants and drug gangs. And we mean, crazy 40K drug gangs. So these are the kind that make, the one from Mega City 1 look like slackers by comparison. It is some truly challenging people that you are making your way, or despicable people you're making your way through. And you've made some very good progress in the mix of those. And you are very close to learning not only who this person may be, but also where they may be found. Zarkov, Icarus. What are you thinking?
I'm going to Lord Jerry if she's there.
Okay. So Lord Captain Jerry, like she's going to be anywhere else. She's got her place. She's got nothing but time to wait until this auction. So if you arrive there, what are you thinking for skills?
Probably rapport charm. Is my best bet than anything else. Oh, and Latin, that's a little risky. You know what because I have something I haven't used, but I can't use it on a friendly, so get us off on a wrong. But funny enough, I don't think I've used mental interrogation yet, which is an interesting power. I've had it from the beginning, and it just hasn't come up. But if I could think of somebody to use that on instead, I would. But I'm here, and I'm going to chat with Jerry.
Sure. So it'll be rapport inquiry, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, because you're trying to gather information, effectively.
Okay.
And you're going to get +1 success level for your relationship with Jerry.
All right. I will put that down as just superiority +1, which I think will have the same. Yes.
Okay. So we're picturing that, in our montage scene, we would see you talking to them. Zarkov, I don't mean to rob you of your opportunity here, but I'm assuming you're going to just go with what has been, discovered thus far. What you are all doing is, are you meeting back up at the atrium at the Aquaria House, or are you meeting up at Void Dock Alpha Row at your warehouse with your work gang?
Lady Octavia, do you have a preference? Milady?
I would. My preference is for the headquarters. It's a bit nicer.
Sounds good.
You may not see she has a trait for high maintenance. So you were all meeting up there once again in your, it seems like there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm picturing that the main boardroom is being used by the others. This is perhaps you guys at like a commissary or whatever is passing for it within the thing. You're all sitting around talking about what you've gathered thus far. And what you've found is that it seems as if there is a, let's see here. There is a arbiter who goes by the name Azararch. I'll put that in chat. Again, I know we all went to high school with an Azararch, but
indeed,
that's just. I liked him. I know a lot of people didn't, but I liked the Azararch in my class. It is Arbiter Azararch. He apparently comes from the Calissa sector, and he still carries himself like that, but he is, whatever caused him to leave, whatever the circumstances were, his enforcers remained loyal to him. So he is kind of like a roving bounty hunter. You also know that there is a local, let's see here. There is a local kind of middleman who seems to have been in Footfall for a little more than a year now. With the increased activity, with the new road, more groups of road traders coming in, with the cold trade picking up, there are more people who are finding this place as a viable place to come and try and lose yourself. And there is a man named Silvanto who hides himself, who basically acts as a, kind of works both sides of things, can help folks who are new to here, but also will hire folks to hunt folks who are new to here. Sometimes the people who are coming after the folks that Silvanto helped originally are more powerful and more influential, and he's happy to tell them where they've gone. It also means that he has a lot of dealings with folks like Azararch. He is likely shepherding him. Unsurprisingly, someone who is trained by the Adeptus Arbites as a enforcer and a skip tracer kind of thing, has a lot of skills that translate pretty quickly into a bounty hunter and are trained by the Adeptus Arbites. He is likely with him, but he may have some of his surviving explorators, his surviving enforcers with him. That's assuming he hasn't taken a ship out. So, Silvanto in the Shadow Quarters is likely to be the fixer who has him, and the ex-arbiter is Azararch. One other thing, you are able to uncover Zarkov. There was not much of value for much of the communication. Their communications among each other seem disciplined or in code. So there's some specific way of them communicating back and forth, but somebody was careless, because there is a reference to a rogue trader dynasty that you recognize. That is House Fell.
I knew it.
You can head on into the reputation, and you can lower House Fell by another one.
If not, I'll go in.
Sure, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, so I'll be down to -4 now. Because they seem to be actively taking steps.
It's insufferable.
Have to kill them all.
Indeed. Indeed. Yes.
Okay, updated.
Okay. So House Fell seems to have hired this arbiter to curiously capture you, Lady Octavia. Not
I am adorable.
Ignatius, not Aquili.
Not Icarus?
Not Lord Captain Cornelia Aquari?
Well, the other two house agents we know of is Lord Captain Cornelia Aquari, and we know Ignatius, Jeff's character from Wrath and Glory.
Yeah.
So it seems Lady...
So probably just to lean on the rest of the family. A hostage or something.
Quite possibly, but also, if you guys recall, you tasked Lady Octavia and her retinue with taking steps against House Fell in that 6-month voyage. You guys have been causing trouble for House Fell on behalf of House Aquari in that time.
Yeah, but it's not just because Captain Quinelli said so. I mean, it's a public service. I mean, they're assholes. So.
They really are. So Lord Haderach Fell, it seems, is in spite of the, perhaps because of the work that you did in bringing good exposure to House Aquari, they have not taken open steps against you in 6 months. But now it seems as if something may be changing.
Lady Octavia, you think it's time for more aggressive action against House Fell? So far, what we've done has been mostly subverting them and, behind the scenes work. Perhaps if they're willing to hire someone to outright attack us, perhaps that needs to be returned.
Oh yeah, but vengeance is a dish served cold, best served cold. I think we want to again build the family a little more, and then crush them at that point. But we should express our displeasure by removing this arbiters, I think. They'll know then. Well, that sends a message enough.
We could also hire the Twilight Swords.
Curiously, guys, among the rogue trader captains who are present, Haderach Fell is still here. He got back months ago, and yet the Fell Hand is still here. Why do you think that might be?
He's trying to get to the auction. We should screw up whatever he's planning on using for the auction. Cripple his entire house.
Yeah, I mean, if we can screw that up, that is indeed a good idea. Because that benefits us, increases our chances of winning.
Is that, would we prioritize that over improving our offering that we were previously?
Well, yeah, it's a good point, because we really don't want to use our offerings.
The whole rest of the house has been tasked towards that, and what we could probably do is do another catch-up. So Ignatius is still working towards something like that as well, as is Quinelli and the main crew. So if you want to pursue fucking up someone else's chances at the auction.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, since the family's asked us to screw them up, why not? That can be our contribution.
Then we have...
Regius just had a word to Octavia and said, make sure we don't lose things.
You know, if we can get our hands on this Arbiter, Arbiter Azararch, he probably got some key information that at least could lead us in the right direction if we want to screw up Haderach Valley.
But you know what you would require is some kind of, I don't know, like potent psychic who could interrogate information from their mind.
Maybe a skill that Icarus could pull up that he's never used before.
Yeah, I've got a job.
I've never dared use it before.
I think, guys, that is a perfect place to end our session. So, having been set upon by a renegade arbiter, having survived that and tracked down not only the place where the arbiter is hiding, but also the hand, if you will, the fell hand that was moving. Boo! Boo, Kev. What's that Gareth Marenghi thing? I knew writers who use subtext and they're all cowards. So, we'll be back. That'll bring our session to a close. So we will be back in 2 weeks' time. Let me bring us on over here. You know what would be really irresponsible if Sean's missing next week or the next session of it too, and Jeff will be back, is swapping over Cernacious and seeing what that team is doing using Wrathing Alaric.
Oh, interesting.
Because he plays the equivalent of Lady Octavia, and James plays the Psyker in that one, Desura.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the Twilight Swords, and Dave plays the Twilight Swords. Eldar in that, yeah.
All coming together.
It's all coming up, well, grimdark. But then for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for part 2 of this impromptu adventure. We had not planned. I will say that this game has some terrific bones for like improvising shit like this on the fly. I really, really like this, and the way that Cubicle 7 has embraced random tables with like random events or like things to come across and stuff like that in all their other games. I can't wait to see what they're going to come up with for this, especially in the Imperium, what do you call it, Inquisitor GM guide. Can't wait to get that. That's going to have so much great shit in it, I imagine. Not just like other adversaries, but like rules for structuring more complicated versions or clear expressions of those extended tests. It's going to be great. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the adventure we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where we have a channel dedicated to the many Warhammer games we run on the channel, as well as a channel dedicated to find a group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. There's a terrific, friendly, knowledgeable, and helpful community over there. You are more than welcome to join us. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. And Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they don't have something in stock in their extensive collection, or catalog, you can put it on a want list, and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And then if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code MuserFrost, all caps, all one word. It is in the description of this video, and you'll save yourself 10% on your purchase. If you're listening to this after January 15th, 2025, come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll find out what an updated discount code listed there. There's also a link down below to something called Heroes Save Villages, which is the charity fundraising we do on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, an incredible organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. All donations through that link go directly to them. None of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help out the kids who they are helping. Our fundraising efforts, or at least our official ones, are actually done for the year because we have had the last of our charity mashup sessions. The second half of this year, we have been running a series of mashup sessions where donors who have donated money to the Hero Save Villages campaign since the start of the year have been voting on which games to mash up with classic adventures that they are not designed for. So we currently, our last one of the year is going to be a session playing Twilight 2000, the Fantasy Flight, or the Free League version of it, set or influenced, but using the Dracula Dossier campaign, mega campaign, originally published for Night's Black Agents. Ken Hite wrote that, and it's an incredible source book. So we're really looking forward to that, and we're very grateful to the generous donors who have donated since the start of the year. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart agents. So James, Dave, and Sean, thank you so much for playing tonight. This was a lot of fun. I did not kill you this time. I did manage to break some ribs, so, I'll try a little harder next time. But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us once again. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes on footfall, in the shadow of the Macro statue, are encountering. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.